Football is a game of fine margins, and in 1996, Germany proved once again why they are the masters of the big occasion. In a tournament full of drama, tension, and unforgettable moments, Germany conquered Europe, becoming the first nation to win 3 European championships. From Bierhoff's golden goal, the tactical genius of Bertie Vogts, and the epic semi-final versus England. This is the story of Germany's triumph at Euro 96, where resilience, talent, and a touch of history combined to create an unforgettable victory. A victory that was made even sweeter by winning it in England. Bertie Vogts seemed destined to become Germany's manager. He spent his entire career playing for Borussia Mönchengladbach and earned 96 caps for Germany, helping them win Euro 1972 and World Cup 1974. He then became Germany's under-21 manager before being promoted to assistant manager for the senior side. Once Franz Beckenbauer stepped down in 1990, Vogts was the clear choice as successor. He was a pragmatic coach who was unafraid to call out his critics. He famously said, "If I was walking on water, all my critics would say, he can't even swim." He was also capable of great humility. After winning the World Cup as a player, he said, "I can barely do 3 keepy-uppies in a row, but I'm a World Cup winner." He set Germany in a 3-5-2 formation. His lineups featured 2 talented playmakers, Andreas Müller and Thomas Hasler, but their key player was Matthias Sammer. He was primarily a midfielder who converted to a sweeper role in his later years. The tactics worked well in qualifying. Germany finished top of Group 7 with 25 points, winning 8 out of 10 games. Before moving on to the main tournament, I would like to thank you all for your support. The channel now has over 2,300 subscribers, and I am very grateful. My next video will be on Euro 2000 in 2 weeks. For those who have not already done so, consider liking, sharing, and subscribing. Also, consider joining my Patreon. It will help move the channel to a weekly schedule. Thank you. England was chosen as the host, 30 years after they had hosted the World Cup in 1966. This was the 10th edition of the Euro tournament, which brought significant changes. UEFA expanded the tournament to 16 teams, which were split into 4 groups of 4. The top 2 teams qualified. The quarters, semis, and final followed. The golden goal rule was also used. Germany was drawn in a tough group alongside Italy, Russia, and the Czech Republic. They opened their campaign against the Czechs. Germany went into the game without a suspended Jürgen Klinsmann. They also lost Jürgen Kohler due to injury in the 14th minute. He was out of the tournament. Germany started the game well and found the breakthrough in the 26th minute. Christian Ziege made a driving run with the ball. He exchanged passes with Freddy Bobic and drove past Radoslav Latal before cutting inside and scoring from 20 yards out. Just 6 minutes later, Müller made a great diving run from Germany's half into Czech territory. He then struck a powerful low strike from 25 yards into the bottom corner. Germany won the game 2-0. Russia was next for Germany. The first half was competitive. Russia had its chances and should have scored. Alexander Mostovoy was played through but missed, and Ilya Tsimbala had a deflected shot that hit the post. Germany punished them in the second half. In the 56th minute, Müller played a lovely pass to Sammer. His initial shot was saved, but he dinked the keeper with his second try to make it 1-0. Kovtun was sent off after fouling Dieter Elitz, and Russia capitulated. In the 77th minute, Klinsmann marked his return with a sublime goal. He turned quickly away from Yuri Nikiforov, and then, using the outside of his boot, he fired the ball into the top corner. The third goal came in the 90th minute. Nikiforov was tackled by Stefan Kuntz, who crossed the ball, which Klinsmann tapped in. Klinsmann would later say, "I played in a team that had a real chemistry. Everything clicked." Germany's next opponent was Italy. Germany was already through to the quarterfinals. However, this was a crucial game for Italy because it had surprisingly lost to the Czechs 2-1. Both teams were on 3 points, but the Czechs were ahead in the group due to a better head-to-head record. Germany rested players for the game, and Italy dominated as a result. Just 9 minutes in, German keeper Andreas Kupka brought down Pierluigi Casiraghi and a penalty was awarded. Gianfranco Zola took the penalty, but Kupka made amends for his error by saving it to his left. Thomas Strunz was sent off for Germany in the second half, but Italy could not capitalise. The game finished goalless. Italy needed Russia to pull off an upset against the Czechs. They almost did. They rallied back from 2-0 down to make it 3-2. But the Czechs scored a late equaliser to knock Italy out. Roberto Baggio was scathing in his criticism of Italy manager Arrigo Sacchi. I'm not surprised he's getting attacked by the media. He promised an exciting and spectacular style of play and he hasn't succeeded. Croatia awaited Germany in the quarter-finals. It was Croatia's first ever tournament. Croatia had surprisingly beat reigning champions Denmark 3-0 to qualify for the final 8. The game would prove to be hard work for Germany. Croatia started the game well. Goran Vlahovic was played through but missed a golden chance. Germany soaked up the pressure and launched their first meaningful attack after 20 minutes. Sama ran onto a wide chipped ball in the Croatian penalty box. He got there first and headed the ball. Nikola Jurkin instinctively, from close range, stuck his hand out and handled the ball. A penalty was awarded. Klinsmann took the penalty and buried it in the bottom corner. Croatia did not let their heads drop and showed resiliency. They continued to attack and were awarded 6 minutes into the second half. Stefan Freund was subbed on for the injured Klinsmann, and he made a terrible mistake. He received a back pass but was too slow and was dispossessed by Nikola Jurkovic. He then played Davor Šuker through on goal. Šuker showed incredible composure as he saw the German keeper run out, calmly roll it by him, and scored in the empty goal. Croatia had the momentum, but unfortunately, just 5 minutes later, Igor Stimac made a rash challenge from behind. He was on a yellow card, received his second one and was sent off. Just 3 minutes later, Germany punished them. A cross came from the right side and Sama ran onto it, but his header was blocked. The rebound came back to him and he slotted the ball in to make it 2-1. Šuker had the best chance for Croatia, but he could not convert it. Germany won a hard-fought battle 2-1. Sama later commented, "There was a pass from Marcus Babbel, then a header, and I put it into the far corner. Before that, we got a penalty that put us 1-0 up. Then we made a mistake and Davor Šuker equalised. Overall, we showed that we had the necessary calmness. We knew we were physically strong." Arch-rivals England awaited Germany in the semi-finals. The game was played at Wembley Stadium 30 years after they met in the 1966 World Cup final. The build-up to the match was heated. British tabloids made numerous references to World War II before the game. The Sun had the headline, "Let's Blitz Fritz," and the Daily Mirror had "Achtung, Surrender." The behaviour of the British media has since then been condemned. What followed was the most memorable game from Euro 1996. The atmosphere was electric. Klinsmann had injured his calf in the quarter-final, so he was in the stands for the semi-final. He later commented, "I can talk about the atmosphere. The whole stadium erupted and was singing footballs coming home. It gave you chills. It didn't matter whether you were English or German." Spurned on by the crowd, England made a fantastic start to the game. Paul Ince chested the ball over 30 yards out before unleashing a brilliant volley that Kupka tipped for a corner. From the resulting corner, Gascoigne crossed the ball in, Tony Adams flicked it from the near post, and an unmarked Alan Shearer headed it in from close range. 3 minutes in, and England were in the lead. Unfortunately, the lead did not last long. Just 13 minutes later, Germany created their first clear chance. Müller passed to Thomas Helmer, who swiveled inside the area and crossed from the left side for Kuntz to force past David Seaman from close range. English players claimed Helmer was offside, but the goal was given. England had another chance from a clever corner kick routine. Darren Anderton took the corner and played it to the edge of the box. Teddy Sheringham drifted away and powerfully shot first time, but it was blocked in front of the line. Germany started well in the second half and had the first chance. A low cross came to Helmer in the box. He should have scored, but he shot the ball over. Both teams pushed for a goal, but neither team was able to create a clear chance. Both defences were able to soak up pressure. The game went into extra time 1-1. The golden goal rule was applied. Whoever scored first wins. England had the first golden chance of extra time. Steve McManaman was played through on the right side of the box. He pulled it back for Anderton, but he hit the post from close range. "Oh, he will never come close! They can't believe it!" exclaimed Kevin Keegan in commentary. England had their second golden chance of extra time. Sheringham played an inch-perfect long ball to Shearer to the right side of the box. Shearer, with his first touch, volleyed the ball low across. With the goal wide open, Gascoigne hesitated before stretching his leg out to score, but could not get the touch. Shearer later remarked, "I've watched it back a million times, as you can imagine, and I'm thinking, what the heck have you stopped for?" There was that split second, which maybe made the difference. I don't know why he hesitated. The game went to penalties. Remarkably, all the first 10 penalties were scored, meaning it was now sudden death. Gareth Southgate was the 6th taker for England. Southgate looked nervous, and it showed in his strike. He failed to generate any power as he tamely side-footed it low, which Kupka easily saved. Southgate told the media after the game, "I feel I've let the whole country down." Müller had the opportunity to send Germany into the final. He struck the penalty powerfully down the middle to win the game. As he ran to celebrate, he stopped, put his hands on his hips, and puffed his chest out to the crowd. Müller later said, "England player Paul Gascoigne asked me, 'Why did you celebrate like that?' I said, 'I don't know. It was a reaction.' I was very proud after the penalty because we were in the final, and we beat the English team in their own stadium. It was a sign of pride." Germany was in the final. Their opponents were familiar. The Czech Republic continued their remarkable tournament all the way to the final. They had beaten France in the semi-final on penalties. The final was played on June 30th, 1996 at Wembley Stadium. Germany was again forced to make changes because Müller and Reuter were suspended. Klinsmann was among 4 players who were not fully fit but still started. Germany controlled the early stages of the game. Despite this, the Czechs created the first chance. Pavel Kuka crossed the ball to Boborski, who volleyed it over the bar. Germany had a great opportunity when Kuntz had a volley, but Karel Rada cleared it off the line. Kuka had a chance just before half-time, but Kupka saved. The second half started slowly until the 58th minute. Kuka passed to Boborski, who Sammer brought down. A penalty was awarded. However, the initial contact seemed outside of the box. Patrick Berger took the penalty and shot it under Kupka to make it 1-0. 10 minutes later, Vogts made the key change. He took off Schürrle for Oliver Bierhoff. It took just 5 minutes for him to make an impact. Ziege curled in a free kick, which Bierhoff headed low past Kuba from a few yards out. It was 1-1. Klinsmann had a late shot blocked by Rada. Vladimir Schmeichel forced a save from a long-range strike. The game went into golden goal time. Berger had the first chance to score but sent his shot wide. In the 95th minute, Klinsmann passed to Bierhoff. He had his back to goal. He turned quickly and took a shot. It deflected off Michael Honjak straight to Kuba. He raised his arms quickly, but the ball went through his hands and in. The game was over. Germany were the European champions for the 3rd time. Klinsmann later said, "That was new. A goal is scored and then immediately it is all over. It was a strange feeling and we didn't know how to react. You first had to try digest this, and then, of course, we started to party." Sammer said of Bierhoff, "It was great for Oliver Bierhoff that he scored those 2 goals, since he did not play that much, and everybody said it was not easy for Oliver. He was a typical centre-forward. He was not technically the best player, but he was an incredibly nice guy and deserved it so much. We all gained from it, but he deserved it." Well, that was the story of how Germany won Euro 1996. My next video will be on Euro 2000 in 2 weeks. So, if you'd like to learn more, hit that notification bell. Thanks for watching.